Elmwood was a town that prided itself on its calm, predictable life. That is, until the day strange symbols started appearing on the town's ancient oak tree. Each symbol was accompanied by a cryptic message, all signed with the mark of a shadowy figure. Fear began to grip the town, for these were no ordinary threats. Hollow Manor had loomed over Elmwood like a dark sentinel, its once grand facade now a skeleton of its former self. The manor's windows were like hollow eyes staring into the distance, and its sprawling gardens were now a tangled mess of overgrown weeds. The townsfolk avoided it, whispering tales of curses and dark rituals. Alice Thorne, Elmwood's historian and local treasure hunter, had recently turned her attention to the manor. She believed that within its walls lay a hidden chamber containing a relic of great significance. Her disappearance only deepened the town's fears. Alice had been last seen working fervently on her research, scribbling notes about the manor's secrets. David Carter, a former detective who had left Elmwood years ago, returned to his hometown to escape the haunting memories of an unresolved case. He was greeted with the unsettling news of Alice's disappearance and the mysterious symbols. Drawn by a mix of nostalgia and curiosity, David decided to investigate. He reached out to his sister, Emily Carter, now the town librarian. Emily had always been the keeper of Elmwood's lore, and her knowledge of local history was unparalleled. She agreed to help, intrigued by the connection between Alice's research and the recent messages. David and Emily started their investigation at the town library, poring over old records and town archives. They discovered that the Hollow family, who had built the manor, were known for their eccentricities and rumored occult practices. The manor's last resident, Jonathan Hollow, had vanished mysteriously under circumstances that seemed eerily similar to Alice's. As they delved into the manor's history, David and Emily found themselves haunted by strange occurrences. The cryptic messages appeared with increasing frequency, each one more ominous than the last. Shadows seemed to flicker in the corners of their vision, and chilling drafts whispered through the library. Determined to find Alice, David and Emily decided to visit Hollow Manor. The estate was even more foreboding up close. The iron gate creaked as they pushed it open, and the front door groaned on its hinges. They stepped inside, and the musty smell of decay filled their nostrils. Their first clue came from a message found carved into the manor's grand staircase. "Seek where the shadows blend." They followed the riddle to a darkened corner of the library where David's flashlight revealed a hidden panel. Behind it was a spiral staircase leading down into darkness. As they descended, they noticed strange symbols etched into the walls, symbols similar to those found on the town's oak tree. The staircase opened into a labyrinth of tunnels beneath the manor. Each tunnel was marked with symbols, leading them deeper into the manor's secrets. Their journey through the underground maze was fraught with danger. They encountered traps designed to deter intruders and eerie, ghostly apparitions that seemed to guide or mislead them. At one point, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber filled with strange artifacts, including a dusty tome bound in leather. Emily, with her knowledge of local lore, identified it as a book of occult rituals. They pressed on, driven by a growing sense of urgency. The next message they found read, "The key lies within the heart of darkness." They reached the manor's central chamber, where an old grandfather clock stood. The clock's pendulum was moving erratically, and David noticed a loose panel behind it. Inside was a small, ornate key. With the key in hand, they unlocked a hidden door at the end of the chamber. Beyond it lay a room filled with ancient manuscripts and a large, ornate chest. The chest was locked with a complex mechanism that required solving a final riddle to open. As they solved the riddle and opened the chest, they found the relic Alice had been seeking, a dark, crystalline orb. The orb pulsed with an eerie light, and as they touched it, the manor seemed to come alive with shadows. Suddenly, Mr. Hargrove, the reclusive caretaker, appeared from the shadows. He revealed himself as the mastermind behind the cryptic messages. Hargrove had been trying to protect the relic, believing it held immense power. He had hoped to scare off any would-be seekers, but his plan had backfired. A tense confrontation ensued. Hargrove's knowledge of the manor's secrets gave him an advantage, but David and Emily's determination and bravery kept them in the fight. In a dramatic struggle, they managed to overpower Hargrove and destroy the relic, ensuring that its dark power could not be misused. As the manor began to collapse around them, David and Emily made a narrow escape. They emerged into the daylight, exhausted but victorious. The town of Elmwood was left to rebuild and recover from the trauma, but the shadows of the manor had been laid to rest. Alice was eventually found, disoriented but safe. She had been trapped in one of the manor's hidden rooms, trying to protect the relic from falling into the wrong hands. With the danger gone, David and Emily could finally put the mystery of Hollow Manor to rest. The town of Elmwood returned to its peaceful existence, but David and Emily knew that some secrets were better left undisturbed. They left the manor's dark history behind, their bond strengthened by the ordeal, ready to face whatever came next.